Good morning, America. As the sun rises over our cities and neighborhoods, a new and powerful force is making its presence felt across the country. A massive heat dome is settling over the U.S., stretching from the heart of the Midwest all the way to the Northeast, putting over 100 million people under heat advisories. This isn't just another hot day. It's a weather event that will impact daily life for millions. This is the first major heat wave of the summer, and it's coming on fast after a cool, comfortable spring. The sudden shift in temperature is catching many off guard, making it even more important to pay attention to the warnings. We're facing a prolonged period of dangerous heat, with temperatures soaring from the Central Plains to the Northeast. This intense heat is expected to last well into next week, bringing relentless sun and little relief, even at night. The National Weather Service is calling the risk level major to extreme for millions of Americans. These warnings aren't just for show. They're based on real data and real danger. Temperatures will feel like over 100 degrees from Colorado to Maine, with humidity making it feel even hotter. For many, this will be the hottest stretch of weather they've experienced in years. This heat is a real threat, especially for children, the elderly, and those with health conditions. Vulnerable groups are at higher risk for heat exhaustion and heat stroke, and it's crucial to check on neighbors and loved ones. These alerts are urgent warnings. Take immediate precautions. Stay hydrated, avoid strenuous activity during peak hours, and seek out air-conditioned spaces whenever possible. Over the next 9 days, we'll break down what a heat dome is, why it forms, who's most at risk, and the steps you can take to protect yourself and your family. We'll also share stories from communities coping with the heat and offer expert advice. This is more than a forecast. It's your essential guide to getting through this safely. Stay with us as we help you navigate the challenges of this historic heat wave together. What is a heat dome? Imagine a giant lid of high pressure trapping hot air over a huge area. This lid compresses and heats the air below, creating a reservoir of scorching air near the ground. Cooler weather systems are blocked, so the heat just builds and lingers. The air becomes stagnant, thick, and humid, making it feel even hotter. High humidity prevents sweat from evaporating, so your body can't cool down efficiently. That's why the heat index, or feels like temperature, is so much higher during these events. A heat dome isn't just a hot afternoon, it's a multi-day siege of dangerous heat. This pattern turns a typical summer hot spell into a life-threatening event. That's why forecasters are so concerned and why precautions are essential. This heat wave is stretching across a massive portion of the United States, impacting millions of people from coast to coast. The heat dome, a persistent area of high pressure, is trapping hot air and causing temperatures to soar well above normal for this time of year. It's not just a single region feeling the effects. This event is sweeping across the country, affecting both rural communities and major cities alike. The timing and intensity of the heat will vary, with different regions experiencing the worst of it at different moments. Some areas will see the heat arrive suddenly, while others will endure a slow, relentless buildup. Today, the Central Plains and Upper Midwest are at the forefront. States like Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas are bracing for extreme conditions, with daytime highs expected to reach the upper 90s and even break into the low 100s. For many, these temperatures are not just uncomfortable. They can be dangerous, especially for those without access to air conditioning or adequate shade. In cities such as Omaha and Kansas City, the combination of heat and humidity will make it feel even hotter, with heat indices soaring to 105 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. Residents are being urged to take precautions, stay hydrated, and limit outdoor activities during the hottest parts of the day. Even northern states, which are usually spared from such intense heat, are not immune. Minnesota and Michigan will also be in the grip of this heat wave, with high humidity making the air feel thick and stifling. For people living in these areas, the combination of heat and moisture can be especially challenging, increasing the risk of heat-related illnesses. As the week progresses, the heat dome will gradually shift eastward. By the weekend, the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast will be in the crosshairs, preparing for a surge of intense heat that could break records in some locations. Major cities like New York City, Boston, and Philadelphia are forecast to see highs well into the 90s, with heat indices climbing above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The urban heat island effect will make conditions even more severe, especially for those living in densely populated neighborhoods. The peak of the heat for the East Coast is expected early next week. During this time, relentless sunshine and high humidity will push real field temperatures 5 to 15 degrees above what the thermometer shows, making it feel oppressively hot even in the shade. Tens of millions of people from Washington, D.C. to Boston will be under the grip of this heat wave, facing several consecutive days of potentially dangerous conditions. Vulnerable groups, such as the elderly, young children, and those with health conditions, are at particular risk. Rapid temperature swings and persistently high humidity levels will increase health risks for everyone. It's crucial to stay informed, check on neighbors, and take steps to stay cool and safe as this historic heat wave unfolds across the nation. Extreme heat is the deadliest weather hazard in the U.S., more lethal than hurricanes or floods. Over 700 Americans die from heat-related illnesses each year, most of them preventable. Our bodies cool by sweating, but high heat and humidity can overwhelm this system. Heat exhaustion starts with heavy sweating and dizziness, but can quickly escalate to life-threatening heat stroke. Children, seniors, outdoor workers, and those without AC are most at risk. For many, a multi-day heat wave means their homes become dangerously hot. The real danger is the lack of overnight relief. When bodies can't recover, health risks skyrocket. Day after day, the stress builds, turning a hot spell into a public health emergency. The magnitude and longevity of this heat wave will be a shock to the system. That's why awareness and action are critical. Knowing the risks is step one. Understanding how heat waves can affect your family's health and daily life is crucial. Extreme heat isn't just uncomfortable, it can be dangerous, especially for young children, seniors, and those with health conditions. That's why it's important to stay informed by checking weather forecasts and heat advisories regularly, so you can plan ahead and avoid surprises. But knowing isn't enough. Taking action is what keeps you and your loved ones safe. Start by creating a family heat wave safety plan. Talk with everyone in your household about what to do when temperatures soar, and make sure you have emergency supplies ready, like extra water, cooling towels, and a list of important phone numbers. Staying hydrated is one of the most important things you can do. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Avoid drinks with caffeine or alcohol, as they can actually make you more dehydrated. Keep water bottles filled and within easy reach for everyone in the family, and encourage kids to take regular sips. Whenever possible, stay indoors in air-conditioned spaces. Air conditioning is the best way to protect yourself from dangerous heat. If you have AC, use it to keep your home cool and comfortable. Close curtains or blinds during the hottest part of the day to block out the sun and help your home stay cooler. If your home doesn't have air conditioning, don't wait until it's too hot. Find out where your nearest cooling center is located. Many communities open public spaces like recreation centers or schools as cooling centers during heat waves. You can also visit air-conditioned places like shopping malls, libraries, or movie theaters to escape the heat for a few hours. Even a short break in a cool environment can help your body recover. Plan your errands and outdoor activities for the early morning hours, when temperatures are lower and the sun isn't as intense. Or if you need to be outside, wait until late evening when it's cooler. Try to limit outdoor time as much as possible, especially for children and pets. The hottest part of the day is usually between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Avoid being outside during these hours if you can. If you must go out, dress smart. Wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing that lets your skin breathe and helps your body stay cool. Don't forget a wide-brimmed hat and sunglasses to protect your face and eyes from the sun's rays. Apply sunscreen to exposed skin and reapply it often if you're sweating. Take frequent breaks in the shade or indoors to cool down. Listen to your body. If you start to feel dizzy, weak, or nauseous, get out of the heat right away and drink water. Never leave children or pets in parked cars. Temperatures inside a vehicle can rise dangerously fast, even with the windows cracked. Community matters during a heat wave. Check on elderly neighbors, people living alone, or anyone who might not have air conditioning. Sometimes, just a friendly knock or a quick chat can make a big difference. A simple phone call or visit can be a lifesaver. Ask if they're feeling okay, if their home is staying cool enough, or if they need help getting to a cooling center or another safe place. Remember, this is a shared challenge. When we look out for each other, we make our whole community safer and stronger. Even small gestures like offering a bottle of water or sharing information about cooling centers can save lives. Your small act of kindness could make all the difference. Together, we can beat the heat and keep everyone safe. The heat dome isn't stationary. It's moving, bringing peak heat to different regions each day. Today, cities from Denver to Des Moines feel the first wave. Over the weekend, the dome expands east, hitting Chicago, Indianapolis, and Detroit with peak temps. The Northeast, including New York and Boston, will see the worst early next week. Monday through Wednesday will be the most dangerous for the I-95 corridor. Some communities will endure 5 to 7 days of extreme heat. The event's longevity is what makes it so taxing on health and infrastructure. Knowing the timeline helps you prepare for the worst and know when relief is coming. One of the most dangerous aspects of a heat wave is the lack of cooling at night. Under a heat dome, warm air is trapped even after sunset. Overnight lows stay in the 70s or 80s. Without nighttime relief, your body can't recover from the day's heat. This is especially dangerous for those without AC whose homes stay hot around the clock. The risk of heat exhaustion and heat stroke rises with each consecutive hot night. Heat-related deaths often spike after several days of relentless heat. Vulnerable people, seniors, those with heart conditions, are at greatest risk. If you don't have central AC, use a window unit in the bedroom or sleep on the lowest floor. Fans and cool showers can help, but recognize the danger doesn't end at sunset. Around-the-clock heat is what makes this wave truly hazardous. Prolonged heat waves strain our power grid as millions crank up the AC. Peak demand is expected Monday as the heat intensifies in major cities. Utilities may ask you to conserve energy, delay running appliances until evening. In extreme cases, rolling blackouts may occur, leaving people without AC during dangerous heat. Recent storms have already left many without power, compounding the risk. A stable power supply is critical for public health during a heat wave. Set your thermostat higher, use fans, and close blinds to reduce demand. Small actions by millions can help prevent grid overloads. Always have a plan for outages, flashlights, batteries, and a way to get updates. As this heat wave settles in, our greatest resource is each other. Take these warnings seriously, for yourself and your community. Prepare now. Stock up on water, check your AC, and know where to find a cooling center. Talk to your family about staying hydrated and safe. Don't wait for symptoms, act early and stay vigilant. Our responsibility extends beyond our own homes. Check on neighbors, especially the elderly, families with young children, or anyone without AC. A simple call or visit can be a lifeline. In this heat, connection is protection. These events are becoming more frequent and intense. Learning to navigate them is essential. Let's use this as a chance to build stronger, more resilient